Max, what's happening, man?
Yo, how you going?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Yeah, good. Good,
Dude,
good.
thanks for taking the time to chat today.
That's all right.
Could you do me a favor and just introduce yourself a little bit? Tell me a little bit about who Max is, where you're from, what you do.
Yeah, I'll give you the short version.
That'd be great.
So I'm based in Sydney. I've got two kids, wife. I've been personal trainer for 12, 13 years, doing the whole in the commercial gym space. And then like a few years ago, decided I wanted to do it online, which was good, but was struggling to scale. And I felt like I was just sort of had my core group of online clients, like I would with personal training, and just kept them going.
Yep.
And yeah, I feel like I was a bit stuck there and wanted to get to a point where I could scale a bit more.
Nice, bro. Now, we've been working together for about 6 or 7 months, I would say, maybe around that time frame. What kind of results
Mhm.
have you achieved in that time with us working together?
Like from a numbers perspective.
Whatever you want to share, bro. Numbers, life, whatever.
Yeah, okay. So
I know there's a lot. That's all.
yeah, yeah. So like I think like look from a numbers perspective, the last 2 months have been huge. Like we kind of started together, trusted the process. Obviously, there's a building phase to get to it where I launch.
Yep.
And then when I launched, that's when I was like, I don't know if this niche is for me. And then I kind of, once I officially like went all in and was like, cool, I'm just going to trust this process completely. It's been about a good 4 months. And I went, contracted sales was like, it went 8,000, then it went to like 12, and then it went to 30,000. And then this month that went by was just under 30,000 again. So
Nice.
it's been, yeah, it's been kind of cool, to
Gangster, bro.
say the least.
Gangster, man. Gangster. How many
Yeah.
clients are you up to now?
Just under 70, about 60, 65.
Spicy. Real spicy.
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick.
So
So sick. Now, you were looking at getting into the online space, obviously, before we worked together. Were you trying anything like that? Like, did you have any online stuff happening? Like, what was the go there?
so I didn't really have a system. I was kind of, the way I was looking at everything was how I was treating my face-to-face personal training clients. I was kind of just mimicking that with the programming side, nutrition side, and everything
Hmm.
into like the online space where I would have check-ins with them and see how they're going. But from the back end, from the business, and like that's been the biggest change for me is like just having a system in place where I'm not winging it, not guessing what to do. It was like I I said for a long time, and I remember having this conversation with my wife. I was like, I have all the tools to grow in the online space and grow an online business. I can help so many people. I was like, but I'm just like feel like there was I couldn't put it all together to get there,
Mm.
and it was frustrating. And then every client I worked with was like singing my praises, raving about me. Like I didn't know how to do ads, so like the business I did build up was just from referral. So I knew I had a good coaching service and everything, but I just didn't know how to like get it out there and actually get the awareness from new people.
Yeah.
That makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah. So just organic was working, but struggling to get a little bit more traction with the lack of traffic and stuff like that. And probably sounds like systems was the main thing then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that was the big change. Like, and also like I'm a pretty emotional dude. So like anytime something didn't work out or the smallest thing happened, I was like, oh, I need to change what I'm doing. It doesn't work. And I
Yeah.
think
I
for
remember at the
me, like
start,
it,
dude. I remember at the start, so many times I had to like almost pull you up and be like, wait, stop that.
bro, you did remember? You're like
Yeah.
everything.
Remember that
It
voice
was
note I
you.
sent you and I was just ripping in here?
You said you're like, bro, from now on, everything in hundreds. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're like, everything in hundreds. You do not change your DMs. You don't change anything until you do it 100 times. And I was like, oh, I like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then the time I did it, usually after the 10th time, I'm like, it doesn't work.
yeah.
I got to like the 30th time and I was like, oh, this does work.
I'll go figure. Dude,
Yeah.
that's really cool, man. So what other like sort of experiences and outcomes and things like that have you had in life since now getting to where you're at? Like how are things looking and feeling now?
I think the biggest thing, like for me, is I felt a bit trapped with the face-to-face
Mm.
coaching where I was appointment based and very much had to be there and do that. And it was hard with the kids. And that was like a big thing for me. I'm a pretty hands-on dad. So now, like, I will never, ever, ever miss a school event. I pick the kids up every afternoon from school. Like, my wife doesn't need to work anymore. It's kind of like she has her own thing going on, her own business, and it's kind of just there but there's no stress for her on that end.
Nice.
So I think for me, like that's been the biggest change is the benefits of my kids and my wife. Like
Mm.
they, yeah, have me around so much more, but also don't have that stress from my wife's perspective of needing to work. It's more so out of enjoyment and passion.
The actual results that we want in our life, not just the money. You know, that money is good, but it's like those things are way better, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, the money's great, and I've said this to my wife so many times. Like, I'm like, I don't think I actually spend any more money than I did, a few months ago, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like, we've gone on a few extra holidays and whatever, and a bit more, but it's more so just the freedom and like the stress, especially like post COVID, man, like with kids, it was rough, especially like that face, like it was hard, like
Yeah,
it
bro.
was very stressful. It was like, for me, it was all about just having that, like, take that stress off from a financial standpoint and just enjoying what I do. Um, And I've got clients who I've had for years who have noticed the change, and they've said to me, like, you're so like not more enjoyable to be around, but I can see like you're so much more relaxed and like more engaging, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Where I'm
yeah.
not so much so focused on like, retention and like getting new clients and whatnot. I can just enjoy what I do. So I think that's way better than money.
It's peaceful.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's peaceful. And dude, that's epic. So, what have you found to be like the most valuable or different sort of approach that we've used with working together?
The spreadsheets.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like, bro, like for me, as I was saying, like from an emotional standpoint, numbers don't lie.
Hmm.
So anytime that I would feel like, I literally just open my spreadsheet and it's got every day, like all the stuff you've showed me every day, knowing the numbers, and I'm like, why am I stressing? Like, it's yeah, like I remember I was stressing a few weeks ago because I just wasn't getting as much traction as I normally thought as I was like the previous few weeks, and I
Yep.
looked at it and it was actually like, uh, um the best week I'd had.
Damn.
And I was like, but like in terms of like traction of followers and all this stuff, and I was
Yep.
like stressing in my head, like I'm not doing enough. And then the numbers kind of just told me to shut up.
Yeah.
What am I doing? So like, yeah, I think that's for me, just knowing everything, having the clarity, like knowing exactly what I'm doing, how much I'm spending, what it's going to result in. There's no guessing for me.
Mm.
There's no winging it. It's just a system of like, this is what I need to do to get this result. And it's a matter of just doing it over and over and like, and yeah, just being relentless with it.
Perfect, bro. Would you say if you could? I mean, there's quite a bit a few things that we have done together, but if you could boil it down into like two or three core steps or actions that really helped you get to where you are, what would those be?
The first one was that, like that character and goal assessment we did.
Yeah.
And in that, and you write down your ideal day and like really think of like who I am and who do I want to be, and then what do I need to do to get there. That was the first time probably in my like life that I've sat down and really reflected and been vulnerable with myself and gone
Damn.
like, shit, like you're talking a lot, but you know,
Yeah.
maybe it's maybe it's time to back it up. So I think that was for me, and that's when I realized my potential and was like, I can do so much more than what I'm doing.
Mm.
So that was like the first thing that changed for me. And like, yeah, I think that, and it's funny because that's not even to do with like the business side of things, but that's what got the ball rolling where I was like, I can actually do this.
Yep.
And then when I did go into the next steps and followed all the protocols you have and all the tasks, I felt really confident and motivated to do it because I already did that work at the start, if that makes
Mm.
sense what I'm saying.
Yeah, dude. Absolutely. That's why I get everyone to do the goal setting and the character and all that stuff right at the beginning because it's like the thing that people skip over because they just want to do the tactics and the strategies and whatever to get the clients.
Mm,
But it's like, hold on, we need to know like where is this ship even going and what kind of ship do we even have to sail on right now? Like you need all that clarity, bro.
bro, when I first went in, I just wanted like, just teach me how to do ads. Like that was my one. Like just show me how to run an ad, bro. And then I was watching this stuff and I'm like, this dude's dragging this out a bit. And then but then in one of the videos you were like, you blatantly said, do not skip a step. Just trust the process. Just trust me. If you do everything properly and you don't skip, it will make sense. It will make sense in the long run. And I remember there was one day I was like going through it. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna trust this dude.
Yeah.
And and then yeah, like as I said earlier, like doing all that was actually the foundation that set me up to be able to do the other stuff. So when we did get to the ads and everything, I already knew my message. I already knew who I was. I had confidence when I was just filming videos. Like I was saying things with conviction because I
Mm.
did the work to get there.
It's the work that everyone skips, man. So, like, obviously, the first thing that we focused on that has helped you the most was gaining clarity on like the who, which is you. Were there any other steps or things that we implemented that allowed you to get to where you are now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like that, the ads are obviously a major part of it. Like that's probably the biggest. That was the biggest game change for me because I just got new leads coming in every
Mm.
day, and I didn't, and it was good because I wasn't so like if someone reached out to me in the past and they were showing interest in like coaching with me, and then they ghosted or they changed their mind, I'd be like, oh, like, and it would really like it really impact me and it'd like kind of ruin my vibe and my flow.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, I understand that's normal, but they're still there. And then a lot of those people end up reaching back out to me a few months later. I'm like, hey, 'cause like, and I realized, and from what you've taught me, is like they're keen, but their timing's wrong. But their
Mm.
time will be right. And when they are right, you'll be there waiting. And that's what's happening. So like I guess that is a big one as well. Also understanding that like I'm working with people that are motivated that I do want to work with. No, I'm not trying to like sell something to someone who's not ready. So
Yeah.
like if you're not ready, that's fine because I've got, 40 new potential people to work with coming in tomorrow that are into my thing. So like and every day that's the same. So I don't have to like try and convince people to sign up. I'm just saying this is what I can do for you. And
Mm.
then if it's the right fit, then we work together. So like everyone in my system, I genuinely want to help and care about and enjoy working with, which is
Yeah.
like another huge thing. Like I don't have to just take on anyone and everyone.
Mm.
I'm working with people that I genuinely care about and know I can help.
And the cool thing is with that is like it removes the like scarcity and neediness because, as you said, there's just a flow of inbound people coming in every day 20, 30, 40, 50 new followers a day, which
Mm,
is, 20 to 50 new people every single day that could potentially sign up. And if they don't sign up now, they might sign up next month, 6 months, 1 year from now, but they're still in your ecosystem and in that incubator, which is, I think, the best part about the strategy that I use.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Like, and as I said, like I've had so many examples of that.
Mm.
And like when I've actually spoken to a lot of the women that have signed up, I'm like, hey, like we spoke like, a few months ago. What was the chat? And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, I just wasn't in a good spot, like financially, or like I had this going on, or I was on a holiday. But like they never would have told me that. We never got the chance to actually tell me that. And then when they were ready and they reached out,
Mm.
they'd explain. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So like, yeah, it's cool. Um, yeah. And I guess like from there, it's just about like nurturing them in on my social platforms and just making sure that they know that, I'm here when they are ready.
Yeah, absolutely. And dude, like you've had some pretty fast traction to go from basically zero to like 70 odd clients. Everyone's sort of asking questions like, what are you doing differently? How are you doing things? Like, is there something that you're doing differently? Is there some sneaky thing that you're doing in the background? Or what has allowed you to snowball such fast success?
My wife asked me this the other day. She literally goes like, "Why are you doing so well in such a short period of time, and why weren't you doing this 6 months ago? But
Mm.
why isn't any like why isn't just everyone doing like what's the big thing?" She was kind of like getting like not sus, but she was like, "What are you doing?" So, and I was like, honestly, like I'm just relentlessly doing the tasks I need to do every day, like no matter what, and like I'm just following the systems.
Mm.
Like I've just, and I think like seeing some quick wins, I was like, oh, this guy might have a point. This guy might know what he's talking about. This Josh dude. So then I'm like, fuck. And then it started. And then as it got more and more, I was like, oh, this shit actually works. And then from there, it was just like, all right, I'm in. And then as soon as I like was in, that's when it just because it's like anything, right? Once you see success doing something once, it's like, well, why can't I just do that over and over and over and over and over? And that's what I did.
Yeah. I think that's the key part for anyone listening to this is it's just doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and not getting distracted or not jumping from this system, that system and constantly, bouncing around like a squirrel, which is what a lot of people do in their business. That's one thing that I really admire about you in this process is that there was a bit of refining needing to be done in the beginning. But once we kind of got that out of the way, it was just like, boom, head down, just go do this. And you just actioned it. Like
Mm.
there wasn't like, there was a bit of questioning in the beginning and every now and then, which is part of the process. But like overall, you just went boom and you just did the same thing every day. It's like,
Yeah.
no wonder it works.
And then even like a few weeks ago, even now, like sometimes I'm like, should I be doing something more or different? And I message you like, should I be doing this? Da, da, da? And you're like, bro, how many new clients do you have this week? And I'm like, oh, it's got 9. And you're like, you'll send me a voice memo and be like, bro, shut up. Just, just, what are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, you make a good point. And
Yeah.
then I just do it again. Like, so I think that as well helps for me, like just having that confirmation. But again, like looking back at the numbers, the spreadsheets, and knowing the numbers, like I can look at that and be like, cool,
Yeah.
why are you trying to change it?
See your feelings. Here's the logic. Here's the facts. Here's the data.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I really appreciate you for taking the time to do this video with me today. And I'm really proud of the success and outcomes that I've seen from you over the last couple of months, dude. Like you've done a really good job. So well done, man. I'll give you a virtual fist bump from the other side of the screen. Thanks for taking the time to chat today. And I really look forward to see what happens over the next sort of 6 to 12 months with you as well. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, bro. I feel like this is just the beginning.
Yeah,
Like
literally.
I don't even have my I made it moment yet. I'm just like I said to my wife the other day, I was like, this I haven't even scoped the surface yet. Like I can't wait to see what else happens because this has only been a few months. So
Yeah,
that's all to you and your system and your support. And I think my wife and kids will are your biggest fans right now. So
I'll take it.
so
Sounds good.
you've changed all of our lives. So thank you.
Awesome, man. Well, dude, thanks for taking the time and I'll speak with you soon.
See you, bro.